Well, here we are on Westminster Green again. I'm joined now by the Shadow Chancellor, John McDonnell. Welcome to the programme. The Shadow Foreign Secretary has been sacked. The Shadow Cabinet is resigning at about the rate of 1 an hour this morning. Is it all over for Mr Corbyn?
No, not at all, not at all. Jeremy's not going anywhere. He was elected, 9 months ago, the biggest mandate of any political leader in our country, and he's not going anywhere. The people who are sovereign in our party are the members. It's the members who elected Jeremy, and he'll remain.
So what does he do if half the Shadow Cabinet, as we're told, will walk out on him today?
Well, he'll replace them. There's other members who are willing to serve. But I think what the whole point now, this is what's so disappointing in this, is that we've virtually got no government at the moment. Those promises that were made in the referendum are being, reneged upon almost on an hourly basis as well. And we've got to get the best deal we possibly can. The country's in an extremely difficult position. We've got to get the best deal we possibly can in Europe. Now's the time for the opposition to hold together.
But Hilary Benn says that Mr Corbyn is not a leader and you can't win an election with him.
Well, let's look at the electoral test that Jeremy's faced. First of all, the Oldham by-election, they said he couldn't win that, and he won overwhelmingly. Then every other parliamentary by-elections, we increased our majorities. Then the local government elections, we were told we couldn't win those. We matched the highest we've ever achieved under Ed Miliband, and we won every mayoral election. We're on a path of building a majority government for Labour.
So why do all your Shadow Cabinet, so many of your Shadow Cabinet colleagues feel that you're not going to win?
Well, I think they need to, look, maybe they haven't had an awful lot of sleep since Thursday. I think we should I think we should all have a day off and have a good night's skip. I think they should calm down, listen to their members. They're citing polls at us. Who trusts polls anymore? And I've seen polls demonstrating that we are on a path for victory. I'm saying to people, look, calm down. Let's get back onto the business of being a good opposition, but also please remember your responsibilities to the country. We're in the most difficult circumstances at the moment. We've got to get the best deal in Europe. Now's not the time for fragmenting.
Well, but they're not coming down. I mean, we keep on hearing more names of Shadow Cabinet Ministers that are resigning. I mean, can you really continue as leader if you've lost the confidence of some of the most senior members of the party
the
confidence of the Parliamentary Labour Party?
Who is sovereign in our party? The people who are sovereign are our party members. I'm saying to all MPs and all members of the Shadow Cabinet, respect the wishes of the members. And in that way we can hold together and win the next election. This is all about one of those basic principles of our party called solidarity.
But the membership may not be representative of the wider Labour family in terms of Labour voters. Well, after all, Labour voters on Thursday didn't listen to either Jeremy Corbyn or the wider membership.
That's true. We argued in the campaign that we should campaign for Remain in Reform, and we lost by a close margin. Hilary Benn was actually the leader in Shadow Cabinet of that campaign. And we did everything we could to support him, but we lost. We have to respect that. That doesn't mean to say those people who voted to leave the European Union are those who are going to translate that vote against Labour in the future. In fact, as I said, every electoral test that Jeremy's faced since he's been leader, he's won.
Except the biggest of all, which was the referendum.
Well, that was a wider thing than just a party political campaign. That was an issue of one particular issue. It wasn't party political in that sense. And let me just say, though, Jeremy was told you've got to deliver two things. One is Labour voters and two, young people. Labour voters, 7 out of 10 voted for Remain. Young people, 4 to 1. He delivered.
Take London out of that and remember the fact that young people did not vote in huge numbers, and it can hardly be a success. But I want to ask you this. If he is going to fight back, how does he do it? How does he do it today with almost every hour? I mean, I heard 2 more shadow ministers resigning just before we came on air. How does he do it?
Well, simply puts forward the policy programme that we now need to negotiate a better deal with Europe on, show leadership in that way, which he is doing, and then mobilise our membership around that campaign to go out to our Labour supporters to back that programme. And I think that's what we'll do. We've got to listen, though, to those Labour supporters that didn't vote for the Remain campaign and listen to their views. And a lot of that is about communities being left behind, the very issue he's been highlighting for the last decade.
But does anyone look to Jeremy Corbyn for a lead on this now? I mean, at the at the beginning of 24 hours ago, or maybe a little more, he was saying that we should trigger Article 50 immediately. We should start the exit process now. Within 12 hours, he was saying, well, maybe we shouldn't do that.
It's interesting because what we want to know is what the deal is going to be with Europe. What Jeremy will now be doing with the rest of the Labour Party, the rank and file in particular, is shaping that deal and campaigning around it. And we'll be hoping, in the absence of government leadership, we'll be hoping that we'll be able to get the best deal we possibly can. And remember, our relationship with the European leaders of the Socialist and Social Democratic parties has been enhanced by Jeremy's leadership, and in that way, we think we can negotiate a better deal than even this government.
What do you say to any shadow ministers watching who are thinking of following in the footsteps of Hilary Benn and resigning and triggering a leadership crisis? What do you say to them?
I know how disappointed people are at the loss of the European referendum, but now's the time when we hold together. There's no government in place. We've got to provide that leadership. Listen to your party members who voted for Jeremy in overwhelming numbers 9 months ago. Hang together. That principle of Labour solidarity is key at this point in time.
Some people have been telling us this morning before we came on air that you've been on leadership manoeuvres.
No way. Let me get this absolutely clear. I will never stand for leadership of the Labour Party. If Jeremy has to stand for another leadership election, I will chair his campaign, and I think the Labour Party members will elect him again. But I think that's unnecessary. This next 3 months is key for the Labour Party. We've got to show we can lead this country, and we are doing, but we need to hold together to do that.
Let me just get that clear. If Jeremy Corbyn, I know you think it's not likely, but if Jeremy Corbyn was to fall on his sword tomorrow...
He's not.
You would not stand?
No, he's not going to fall on his sword tomorrow.
No, but if he did, would you stand?
No,
Under any circumstances, would you stand as leader of the Labour Party?
No, I won't. Jeremy is not falling on his sword. He's not going anywhere.
I get that.
And if he did, I would not be standing.
You would not be a candidate?
No, I would not be a candidate. But let's make this clear. He's not going anywhere. The Labour Party rank and file, over the last 48 hours, nearly 200,000 people have signed a petition in support of Jeremy Corbyn. The support out there is enormous. His new style of caring, compassionate, honest politics, I think, has got a grip in the country. I think as a result of that, we've won on every electoral test when it comes to a party campaign, and we'll do it again at the next general election.
So why is Seema Malhotra, I think part of your shadow team, on the Treasury shadow team, why has she been ringing around Labour MPs, canvassing support for John McDonnell to be leader?
Well, she hasn't. If she has,
we're told she has.
Well, she hasn't. If she has, let me make this absolutely clear. Seema has not spoken to me about this whatsoever, and I am not standing as leader of the Labour Party no matter what happens. Seema is part of my team, is a loyal supporter of Jeremy and always has been up until now. She certainly, if she is phoning around, I think that's wrong. I think that's disinformation. I don't want to blame the media for this, but some...
why not? You usually do.
I know, not yourself.
So far.
But look, some in our party and others, enemies of the party, have tried to divide and rule all the time. It's never going to happen. Jeremy and I have been close friends for 30 years.
I understand.
The best political allies. I will always have his back. And if he has to stand for another leadership election, I will be the campaign manager. In addition to that...
And if he does, just to be clear, if he doesn't stand again, there are no circumstances in which you would stand for leader of the Labour Party.
No way, but he's going nowhere. He was elected with an overwhelming mandate.
No, you've said that, and I'm not arguing with that. I understand that he's going to carry on fighting.
I'm not standing, and he's not going.
So you're not, even if he does go, he's not?
No, but I'm saying to all...
So Seema Malhotra, if she is doing it,
she's not.
As we understand it, she should stop.
She's not. And if she is, Seema wouldn't do that without asking me. She's a close friend. She's my next door.
She's wasting her time if she is.
She's not doing it. She wouldn't do it without asking me. She's not doing it. It's a myth.
Okay.
Propaganda against us again. Where would that come from,
There's a lot of briefing going on. John McDonnell, thank you for being with us
Thanks a lot,
this morning.